camera faded backstage after a heated match where the locker room buzzed with energy. The lights were dim, the air thick with tension, and standing right in the middle of it all was Toma Tonga of the bloodline, pacing back and forth with his signature intensity. The aura was unmistakable, calm fury brewing beneath the surface. He stopped, looked at the camera and smirked. "You know, I've been watching this show for weeks. Watching all these so-called champions walk around like they own the place, but one man really caught my attention." He adjusted his black vest, his eyes narrowing. Ilja Dragunov, the so-called American champion. The crowd in the arena reacted instantly when his name dropped. The Titantron replayed clips of Ilja's latest title defense, his fiery intensity and unbreakable resilience on full display. But Toma wasn't impressed. He shook his head slowly, letting out a low laugh. "You fight like you're possessed, brother. You scream, you bleed, you throw yourself around like you've got something to prove, and that's cute. But let me remind you who you're dealing with. I'm Toma Tonga. I was bred for war. I was raised in chaos. You think your pain makes you dangerous? Pain is what I live on." He looked directly into the camera now, face hard, voice low and deliberate. "That American championship you carry around, that doesn't belong to you anymore. It belongs to the bloodline." The crowd erupted into boos. Toma cracked his neck, smiled wickedly and leaned in closer. "You can call yourself the Mad Dragon all you want. But when you cross paths with me, I'll burn that fire right out of you." Suddenly, the camera panned sideways and standing behind him was Ilja Dragunov himself. The crowd exploded. The tension was instant, like two wild animals locking eyes in a confined space. Dragunov stood tall, sweat dripping from his face, the American championship draped over his shoulder. He didn't flinch, he didn't blink. His intensity matched Toma's perfectly. Ilja spoke in his thick, determined tone. "You want this title? You'll have to break me first." Toma smiled darkly. "That's exactly what I plan on doing." The two stood inches apart, breathing heavily, neither man backing down. The hallway filled with Smackdown officials trying to keep the peace, but neither competitor moved. Toma finally whispered, "Next week, Ilja, you and me for that title. But when it's over, don't blame me for what I do to you." He patted Ilja's championship, slowly walked backward and left the shot with a chilling grin. Ilja looked down at the belt, then up at the camera, his eyes blazing with fury and focused. "Toma Tonga, you just woke the dragon." The camera zoomed in on Ilja's face, pure rage and determination before fading to black, as the words flashed on screen. "Next week, Ilja Dragunov vs. Toma Tonga, American Championship Showdown." Michael Cole's voice echoed over the crowd's roar. "Toma Tonga just declared war on Ilja Dragunov. The American Championship is on the line, and next week, Smackdown might not survive this battle." The screen cut to black with the Bloodline's logo fading in and the sound of Ilja's war cry echoing through the arena.